So we're going to roll once, and we're going to get one of these units that we need. Get ready for it. Look at that magic. Hello everybody, welcome to another TFT gameplay video on the road to Diamond, the series where I crash and burn and scream and kick in heroic fashion as I climb my way through Emerald, giving you guys hopefully some helpful tips and tricks on the way and hopefully improving my own gameplay. This is a pretty tense game for me because, as you can see on the other side of the screen there, I'm Emerald 289 LP I think, so if I come first, second, or even third, I think, this game, I will make it to Emerald 1, which is my highest rank ever, and only one rank away from Diamond. So, no pressure. Okay, we're not putting any pressure on. It's a relaxed game. Everybody's chill. Everybody's cool. But if I lose, I am going to smash my PC in half and dolphin dive out my second story window. But no pressure. We're thinking we want to probably play something we are comfortable playing. Probably not comfortable really playing with these Shakos, so I'm going to sell them maybe, depending on what's in here. Yep. Let's sell the Shakos, pick some of these units. Maybe we could play Street Demon. Lovely, simple Street Demon game. Does sound nice, doesn't it? We're actually getting some of the units for this Morgana team, which is not comfort at all for me, as I have never played it. But everyone keeps telling me how good it is. So maybe this is a game when we go for it. I notice there's nobody going Nitro. Nobody's going Nitro, but someone is going Simon Moss. Not sure if I want to go for Nitro. Not sure if I want to go for it. Okay, we've got a sword. I mean, this is a pretty good start. Marksman Emblem. I think we might just play for that and go for a Misfortune Marksman game. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, we do it. We're doing it. We're going for the Misfortune Marksman team, which I'll explain in a bit more detail in a second. I think for now, though, we are going to play around just temporarily with a bit of this. And I think we can confidently use the Spear of Shojin. Very versatile item. This gives us golden arts, gives us marksman. We're not going to play around with you or you. Might use you. So, can we sell for econ here? Probably could, but we'd lose a lot of our units. So we're thinking of going for a Marksman Vanguard team with a Misfortune Marksman carry. Very, very strong. This actually acts as a Last Whisper as well, the Marksman emblem. You can see here it reduces enemy armor. Misfortune and Dynamo as a whole are really strong at the moment. So I'm quite excited about the idea of maybe playing around her. So we're thinking of a normal Marksman Vanguard team. But we're going to not have Jinx. And instead, we're going to have Misfortune. I think that's the team. So this is what we're thinking of doing. So Marksman Vanguard is a really comfortable team to play, to be honest. Really easy, really straightforward. I think the Marksman emblem is going to take us to a bit of another level, because having a Marksman Misfortune with 2 Dynamo, she is going to dish out mega damage with this Marksman. So we're going to go for it. My only worry with this team is the potential lack of frontline, but that's the same with the normal Marksman Vanguard team. And we've just swapped out Jinx for Misfortune. Otherwise the team is the same. Spear of Shojin's a great item for Misfortune, also great for Zarya, which is why we were happy to put it on quite early. As we level up, we are able to put on the Cogmore for some rapid fire with our Kindred, unless we get something else more appealing in our shop. I'm debating putting on the Mordekaiser here, just because he's a free cost bruiser. He will give us a nice little jumping power. I think he's better. Free cost bruiser Mordekaiser, strong unit. we're looking around, it doesn't look like we're being contested. There's some people that may end up pivoting into this player. Oh, he's going boot. Okay, so I don't think we're being contested, which is what we want, especially on this no pressure promotion game, which has absolutely no pressure attached to it. We can get some wins early on, that'd be good as well. We do want to move away from this Graves eventually, but for now he's a good holder of the Marksman emblem, seeing as he does a lot of physical damage anyway. We're thinking if we can get a Jarvan relatively early, we can actually hold the Graves for maybe a while until we get the Misfortune. Senna's another unit who would be good to hold the emblem until we get Misfortune. So there's a few ways we can play the team. There's a few ways we can play it. Going into the carousel, we've got a bow. Rod would be our preference because Rageblade. Rageblade's been updated if you don't know, so now it stacks over time rather than stacking per time you attack. It's gone anyway, so it doesn't really matter for now. We might go for the Kraken Slayer, honestly. We haven't used it yet. We can build it. Let's try it out. We're going to try out the new Kraken Slayer, and we get a gem. So the Kraken's Fury, which grants stacking attack damage over time. So I'm not actually sure how good this item is. We haven't used it yet. But it could be a good opportunity for us to give it a try. We're going to sell the Jinx and just put on a Misfortune for now, simply because she's free cost, but we're not planning on keeping her long term. If we're not going to make Econ, we're probably going to sell... In fact, we can sell Conqueror now. We're not going to play around with the Conqueror. Just so that we can make sure we can hit our Econ goals. Can't see us keeping the Kindred for long either, but we've got 20 gold anyway, so we'll keep her for now. And we'll see how this Kraken's Fury does. So it grants stacking attack damage per attack. So I'm thinking if we can combine this with a Rage Blade, it will be really, really strong on the Aphelios potentially. So that's what we're looking at doing. I'm partially just playing this because it's a new item and I want to see how good it performs. But we're thinking if we can get that onto the Aphelios with a Rage Blade and maybe an Infinity Edge or a Gunblade or something like that, could be really powerful. We level up the Alistar. We could level up. I don't think there's much value doing that. We could sell the Mordekaiser and play one of our Vanguard units to try and make Econ, but I think that'll make our board significantly weaker, which we don't want to do. This player maybe is going to contest us. The Boombot 1 could, but I don't think he should. Okay, we're against 5 Street Demon. That's not actually 5 Street Demon, he's got 2 Dr. Members, but I think his team might still be stronger than ours for now. See this Kraken Fury stacking each time Jinx attacks. It looks like it stacks off of her ultimate attacks as well, which is quite good for it stacking quickly. I'll pick up the second Kindred for now. But I'm expecting the Kraken's Fury really to want to go into Aphelios. He seems like the logical recipient of it, as he's going to be the one who's dishing out attacks. Okay, we've actually got a couple of free cost units that we're using. We'll pick them up. Just sell the Kindred so that I've got a bit of bench space to pick up whatever these creeps drop. There's the stats. Grants 3% stacking attack damage, 15% AD, so the same AD as Shojin gives. A little bit of magic resist, which is really useful, and a small amount of attack speed as well. We don't need Varuses for now. That's all. We don't need the LeBlancs, even though we could get 2-star LeBlanc. It's just not really something we can play. Only one item, which isn't great, but should be fine. We should hit 50 gold now. We're not gonna buy the Skarner, I don't think. We're debating, do we sell the Vise for the Skarner? We'll keep the Vi for now. We'll keep the Vi for now. We're close to 2-star Vi. It's a bit of a gamble. We're kind of hoping that we'll get a 2-star Vi rather than, well, that we'll get the 2-star Vi effectively. Otherwise the Skarner is better. And actually, as I say it out loud, let's go for the Scarlet. This for the Vanguard units. We don't need them, and we don't need to hold them and Silas. That's just a bit greedy. So the Kraken's Fury seems to be doing all right. I'm not sure if it's just kind of a worse version of a Deathblade at the moment. It's sort of what it seems like, unless you can get it in conjunction with a Rage Blade or a Flicker Blade or something like that. Which, if you don't know, Flicker Blade is the old Rage Blade, is now an artifact item. Okay, so Thieves' Gloves, not terrible. Don't really want item collector. Bulky Buddies is quite good actually with our team, so we're going to go for that. Pick up a couple of these units. We want to chuck on somebody. We're not going to be able to get another trait active, which isn't ideal. I think we're lacking a frontline at the moment, so we'll chuck the Skarner on for now. We're going to roll twice, just to see if we can get any kind of upgrade. That's a good upgrade. Okay, we're happy with that. Rolled twice. We had a few pairs. We had a few pairs here. Just seemed like if we were going to roll just to get some kind of upgrade. The 2-star Graves, definitely a strong upgrade. He's a good unit at this kind of stage in the game. And we got the Brawn, who is much more likely to stick with our team. So this player, even though he's got the Boombot emblem, he does sort of seem like he's contesting us, which is confusing. I'm not sure if maybe he's just holding these units for now, and he's planning on transitioning, or if he is going to play some kind of Marksman Vanguard Boombot game. But so we shouldn't assume we're not contesting, because we are. I don't think I actually moved around my units to make use of Bulky Buddies, so I need to do that in the next round. Okay, we got Rust as well. Not bad. Gragas too, he'll be better than... He'll be... We can level up this Golden Ox tree that we're going to use temporarily, and let's make use of our Bulky Buddies. Let's do it like this. There we go. Bulky Buddies, if you don't know, if your unit's next to one other unit, they gain 100 health, and when one of them dies, the other one gains a shield. It's quite good for Vanguards because, of course, you want those extra tanky stats for your front line, especially as we're going for this line, which is more backline focused in terms of the first order being the Marksman emblem that's going to sit with Misfortune. See the 2-star Graves doing quite a bit of work for us. Jinx is doing some good backline damage as well. Might not be enough for us to win the battle, but no, it is going to be enough. We're a bit win-lose at the moment, which isn't ideal. So we've got a vest. We're thinking a belt for Sunfire Cape would be good. A cloak for Gargoyle's Stoneplate would be good. I mean, a Misfortune with a bow or a Leona with a... both of those would be great if we could get them. But we're not going to hold our breath. They're quite contested units, and Leona's got a good item on her. So maybe the belt is most realistic for us at the moment. Yeah. Get 2-star Silas out of it as well. It's not bad. And we get our Sunfire Cape, which is great, because now we can start burning enemies and reducing their healing. So... not a bad item. Would have been great if we could have got the Leona or the Misfortune, but it's fine. Okay, we are going to level up. We're going to not really care about this Golden Ox tree. So I'm not going to put ourselves into a bad econ state just to hit it. Put the Sunfire Cape onto Alistair for now. Thinking this looks okay. We do need to just conserve our health until we can get to level 8 and really start filling out our board. This player looks like he's contesting us a bit as well. He's going for the Vayne reroll build, which does also use a Vanguard frontline, which obviously isn't ideal for us. So yeah, getting to level 8 and then getting the units that we need to 2-star is our game plan for now. It's become quite a high priority. Jinx just isn't really cutting it at the moment. We're really hoping, I mean, if we could high roll a Zarya or a Misfortune, that would be enough. It doesn't look like it's happening for us yet. Actually, focus on the Rengars and hit this spending goal. Come on, the Scots. Let's take a closer look at the enemy teams. We have got the Vagar player, yeah, Vanguard Vayne, Strategist, Doombot, Vanguard I think, another Vagar Street Demon, Nitro. So a few players are going for the contest with us, we can see it. They're not going full contest, I don't think anyone's actually building a Philios other than us. But certainly on the Leonas we're going to be contested for 2 points. And she's our primary tank, so we do really want to try and get her to 2-star if we can. Close battle, but looks like it should be a win for us. Graves is doing a ton of damage with this Marksman emblem. And these items do seem to be not bad on Jinx. Okay, we get 2-star Jinx. So, yeah, we'll keep her until we get really a Zarya. We're still looking for Jarvan and Leona to round out our Vanguard lineup. Okay. A lot of items here. Thinking, ordinarily I'd go for Edge of Night, sorry, Evan Trap. I don't actually think we need the Evan Trap in this game because we've got the Marksman emblem that reduces armor on its own. I'm not sure if they reduce armor by 3. It reduces armor by a flat percentage, right? Not sure if it's worth stacking them or not. I think for now we're going to go for Spirit Visage. Massage. Another new item. Can level up, chuck on another Marksman, and we can sell the Skarner and hit our gold threshold. Now we've got a bit of a weird situation with these items here. Thinking maybe reforge the Tear, as I'm not sure. Problem is we could use all of them if we get Tear. Could be good for a Shojin, Cloak could be good for the Vest, for Gargoyles, and Rod could be good for the Belt. I mean, sorry, a Bow for Rage Blade. So we've got a lot of components that could be good things, which is of course a bit of a challenge for us. Let's see what we get here. I think an economy augment would be ideal. Wow. Okay. We don't need trifecta. Ascension's not bad. I think it might just be Ascension. Yeah, we'll go for the Ascension. Just some raw damage. We are going to level up now. And hopefully get some good rolls. That's one. Okay, we got one of the units that we needed. We're going to keep the items on Jinx for now. What we're looking for now is Leona, Jarvan. So Jarvan will replace Alistar. Leona's going to replace Gragas. And we want to get Misfortune, who's going to replace Graves, and then Aphelios, who's going to replace Jinx. But hopefully, getting the Zarya on now is going to stem the bleeding for us a bit. 4 Marksman should increase the damage output by quite a lot. I'm debating putting Rast on instead of Braum as well, actually, for the extra Divinical stats. Okay, we need a big ultimate from Jinx here. It was quite big and did get us the win. So now we're going to quite desperately roll. The reason we're rolling desperately is because we know that there's so many players contesting us, and we don't want to wait ages before we start rolling. Gosh, can I use it? I don't think so. There's the Leona, so we are going to sell the Gragas. We're going to get the Uwu Blasters because we've got armor shred already. Put our good tank items onto the Leona. Roll once more. And that'll be it. There's a bit of a debate on this team as to whether Rast or Braum is better. And I tend to just go with whichever one I've got 2 cost. If I've got them both 2 cost, I'll probably go with the Braum. I think Braum's just bonus tankiness outweighs the extra stats from Rast. If I get a 2-star Rast and a 1-star Born, then I would go for the Rast. Okay, lost that battle. Really just need this Aphelios now. He's going to really help empower our team. If we can get a bow would be amazing. Hopefully it's not on a high priority character. It's on an Annie, so not a 5 cost, but close to it. So we want the bow. I think it's gone. Yeah. That's not good. Okay. I think we want the sword. Gives us a 2-star Rast, which is good, and it gives us a Gunblade or a Shojin. I think, debating which one we'd rather have. I think Shojin might be better, just because I want to save the rod if I can. So I thought it would give us a 2-star Rast, but clearly miscalculated. We do get our 4 Vanguard now, which is great. Just looking for that Aphelios. Okay, we do actually get the Misfortune. And then we get the 2-star Rast as well. Okay, we're going to put the Marksman emblem onto Misfortune. There we are. And we are going to put a Spear of Shojin onto her too. So let's see what this Misfortune can now do on the team. We're hoping that with the Dynamo and the Marksman emblem and the Shojin, she should be generating mana quite quickly and still having good damage stats from the Marksman emblem. Let's see. Quite a strong ultimate. The Sejuani stun has hindered us quite a lot. It hit practically our entire team. I think what we need for Misfortune now is just a big damage item. That's what's lacking now. We need a Death Blade or an Infinity Edge. I think really one of those two, because she's just missing a bit of that firepower that she needs to just wipe out the enemy front lines. There's the Aphelios, got it in the end. So we're going to sell the Jinx. Put on Aphelios. We're actually going to spread out our items a bit. And we're going to put the other Shojin on Zarya. And then we're going to put the Kraken's Fury onto Aphelios. Then we're going to position our board like this. We might lose this battle as well. We're thinking of selling the Brawn to make Econ. And in fact, I am. We're going to hope that between our three, and we've got 3 strong backline carries, but they're all 1 cost, and they're all holding 1 item each, so it's sort of death by 1,000 cuts at the moment. But we're hoping between them they can do enough, and Leona can hold the line. Okay, big Misfortune up we need. Oof, and we've got it. Zarya as well, doing a lot of work on the Shojin, actually, top damage dealer. So that's great, stemming the bleeding. Don't really need these Jins. We do want to start and get our gold up. We're just taking, let's see how contested our critical units are. We seem to be alright. I recall there being a player going for Leona, other than the Vayne one. Yeah. So a few of the Leonas are being taken out the pool, which we're a bit worried about. But I think we can try to get our interest up a bit before we start rolling. Try to get our golden Oxford up. There's not too many of our units being contested. We've got a glove, not ideal. A sword's great. Sword is really great, and hopefully we can get a bow. Oh, didn't realise there was another. This sounds crazy. We're doing it. We're so doing it. 5 swords on a team like this? Yes, please. Okay. So, we want an Infinity Edge on this version. We want a bow here. No bow. Okay. We'll take the glove. We're going to have an Infinity Edge on Aphelios. And a Gunblade. We're going to have a Death Blade on Zarya as well. We're going to roll. There's a 2-star Zarya. Great. Okay, got a 2-star Zarya. Not too far off the 2-star Misfortune and Leona. We are going to re-roll the cloak here and pray that we get pretty much anything that works with the sword. Get another Death Blade. Jeez. Can we just put 2 Death Blades on the same character? We can. think we're just going to do it. And we're going to have Xayah just dishing out absolute mega damage. Double Deathblade Shojin Xayah. Absolutely shredding our enemies. We're going to roll once, and we're going to get one of these units that we need. Get ready for it. Look at that magic. Oh, beautiful. And we got it on the Misfortune. Get ready for this. Alright. Still having our Leonas being taken. Which isn't ideal. Isn't ideal. I'm debating if double Deathblade's a bit inefficient, and if maybe we should move move the Infinity Edge from Aphelios onto Xayah and then put the Deathblade onto Aphelios. Might make more sense. I think double Deathblade just sounds excessive. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage there. Wow. I think we are. I think Xayah's doing more damage than Aphelios is, to be honest. We're going to remove both of their items, and we're going to have Xayah have a Shojin, Deathblade, and Infinity Edge. Just to be a bit more efficient. Misfortune can keep her items. Yeah, Misfortune can keep her items. So, Shojin, Deathblade, Infinity Edge. And then you can have Kraken Slayer, Gunblade, Deathblade. There we are. Now, one of our Leona contesters is about to die, which is great. The other one's also about to die. So, we're not going to bother rolling at the moment. We are happy to sit where we are. And we can roll for these Leonas in a bit. Don't even know how much we need the Aphelios at this point. Xayah and Misfortune are doing so much damage between them. I mean, these Misfortune notes, just get ready for it. Yeah, a lot of damage. Xayah's actually doing even more. So she's really the one I should be ranting and raving about. 6k from the Xayah. We just need Aphelios to get his numbers up a bit. On the carousel, we want tank items. We've already got too many damage items, to be honest. So a tank item would be ideal. I mean, Rage Blade does look tempting. Are there any good tank items? Maybe Bramble Vest? Oh, Gargoyles. We want the Gargoyle Stone Plate. For sure. I might take the Bramble Vest if we can't get the Gargoyles, but I'm hoping we can just get the Gargoyles. There we are. We get the Gargoyle Stone Plate. Great tank item, just to help out our Leona, who's missing an item. And we've got too many damage items, as is, between our 3 backline carries, so really don't need another one. Really don't need another one. Okay, we'll sell the Annie, chuck the Gargoyles onto Leona. Got big tanky Leona, which we love. She's going to be healing from the Spirit Visage, burning from the Sunfire Cape, and getting even more stats if she's being focused. This player's got a 3-star Jarvan, so hopefully they die so I can get my Jarvans back as well. It's looking pretty good though. You can see this Marksman Misfortune is such a good alternative to playing, you know, Jinx. Xayah's dishing out mega damage. Aphelios is kind of almost an afterthought at the moment, which is funny because I quite enjoy using Aphelios, but just not dishing out the same damage. Also because he's a 1-star where the other's a 2-star. The only problem we're facing at the moment that you can see is that our Leona is not tanky enough to survive the onslaught. We do have some players dying though, not the Vayne player, unfortunately. We are going to hold on for one more round. Are we going to hold on for one more round? Do you know, we're going to roll now. They may not die anyway. Okay, we got the Aphelios. Did not get the Leona, unfortunately. Just really need this Leona now. The lack of 2-star Leona is really hurting our front line. So even though we've got so much backline damage, when your front line dies so quickly, it can be for naught. Who are we against? Ziggs player? Silent's player. But we're hoping that they can do enough. 2-star Aphelios, hopefully the Gunblade will help him heal Leona. And you can see her health going down, going up, going down, going up. And that's part due to the Spirit Visage, but also part due to Aphelios, who has now started to catch up to Xayah and Misfortune in his damage output. One of the players has died, still not the Leona player. Kobat, who's got this 2-star Leona. Did the 1-star Leona player die? Yeah, it looks like the 1-star Leona player died. So there's one more Leona in the pool. We're still going to try and roll around our Golden Ox Horde if we can. Don't think we're too concerned about leveling up. Okay, we got a Jarvan. That's something. Okay, and we should be able to roll now and level up our Horde. So we're going to do it and hope for a Leona. Don't really want anything else. There we have it. And we managed to perfectly level up the Golden Ox Horde. Now we have to decide what item it is that we want here. I mentioned earlier that really what we need is tank items. I'm just debating the last Whisper to just add even more armor shred actually. Let's do it. So we get the armor shred from the Marksman. Jhin will be hitting people and reducing their armor too with his ultimate that bounces off people. So hopefully just giving us that little bit of extra between our pack line, and hopefully Aphelios can help keep this Leona alive. Misfortune ultimate's doing a lot of damage. She does fall. Well, I'm expecting this next Zarya roll, yeah, to be pretty devastating, and it is. Misfortune actually still survives. Zarya's our top damage dealer. I mean, this 4 swords augment combined with Ascension, we're just dealing so much damage. Now, there's really no point in rolling anymore, so what we're actually going to try and do, because I had an idea, is we could go for Aurora for Dynamo, but then it gives us 4 Anima Squad. So we can, instead of Silas, who we no longer will need, put on a different Vanguard in War. So we could go to level 9. I'm not sure if we'll make it, to be honest. The game may end before then, but there's no point re-rolling. We're not going to hit anything else. So we're going to see if we can go for level 9, swap out Silas for Braum, and put on Aurora. It's the only real power-up I see us having at this point. We've kind of hit our peak at level 8. We're against quite a strong Cyber Boss team. We need a big ultimate from Zarya here, and we get one. Wow. I mean, when you watch these arrows fly out of her, she just decimates front lines. Absolutely decimates. The Infinity Edge Deathblade combo. Just doing so much damage. Okay, we do hit the Braum, so that's part of the win plan. Are we against 2 Street Demon players? Oh no, he's Strategist Cyber Boss. It seems to look similar, but they actually have a fair amount of different... I mean, they're very similar teams. Goes to show the power of Street Demon, which is one of my favourite teams. You want an easy placement? Go for the Street Demon. Alright. Let's see if we can win this one. We need another big Misfortune ultimate to start things off. Delivers. Now we need the big Zarya ultimate. Wow, honestly, she is shredding their front line. Leona is going to fall though. We need the Zarya ultimate to basically wipe them all out. And it does. And it does. Misfortune actually out damages them. We've just got this huge amount of damage that's coming out from the 3 of them. We've got 3 super carries on our team. Now, again, we're in this weird boat where I don't really want damage items, but it's kind of all I'm being presented with. Blade is good. Thinking maybe Rage Blade on Aphelios. And in fact, I'm going to be a bit weird. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Oops, and this. You keep the Marksman, Infinity Edge, and you have the Deathblade. You have Rage Blade, Kraken, and Gunblade. And then we'll just give the Jhin the Spirit Children. I think this is better because now the Rage Blade is going to work in great synchronization with the Kraken's Fury. I think Misfortune doesn't really need the Spear of Shojin. I may come to regret that decision, but whenever I see the Misfortune builds, they say go full damage. And so, chuck the Shojin on the Jhin to help them cast quicker and shred the armor. We only need Misfortune to ult once, and we need that one ult to be devastating. Just like that. Wow. 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 How close was that? I am worried that against the real version of him we're going to have some difficulties, if that was the clone battle. But we are going to make it to the creep round, which means we are going to be able to level up. And if we do level up, then that means we're going to be able to chuck on an Aurora, which is going to give us an extra Dynamo unit and a marginally better frontliner. But really it's the Dynamo and the Aurora that we care about. Let's look at his team quickly and see where we want to position. We definitely want the Leona in front of his brand ancillary. So I'm going to move here. I was thinking if moving the Misfortune was better, but we'll keep an eye on her and see how the spray works. Sometimes in this position she'll actually clip Brand or Samira with the corner of her ultimate, so keep an eye on. Yeah, a lot of value out of that, and you can see putting the Leona onto that side has been really beneficial. We do lose, I think. Wow, no we don't. Just about clutch the win. Just about clutch the win. My goodness. Okay. So, we know the game plan. It's level up. We really want to try and get this Aurora. I'm just thinking, what do we do if we can't get the Aurora? And it's probably going to be just chuck on any Dynamo. We chuck on a Morgana or an Elise. So, if we can't find the Aurora, we'll keep the Silas on, and we'll just chuck on an extra Dynamo unit, which will help Misfortune cast quicker. Which, you know, is still good. We also want an Ergot if we can find one, as he's the best unit for to throw in. Okay, we'll have to be pretty quick with this. There's the Aurora. There's the Ergot. And we may as well put some items onto the Aurora rather than the Jhin. So Aurора's going to be doing more for us. So the battle was close before, it should be less close now, seeing as we've got quite a big power up. I'm not sure if he's also got a big power up for his team or not. He did put the Bramble Vest on to Kobuko, but not enough. You see here the power of the Marksman Misfortune team. Really strong, really great team to get you a win if you see it early in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, give me any feedback, and like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thanks to all the 7 people that have subscribed so far. It really helps to let me know that you guys are enjoying the content. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.